What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Ark Survival Evolved, regular Ark Survival Evolved. So I've been really busy crafting a lot of different stone stuff. There's my little warship. Here's Captain Price, still just chilling like a villain in the Badillon. I can rap. I'm white. That's how it works. So I have a lot of foundations. I actually have more than what I'm about to show you in here. It's all in my ship, but just transferring this stuff back and forth is such a pain in the ass to get it over here. So, yeah. The server's 4 times now. In case you didn't know, it's been 4 times for about a week now. And it's getting pretty easy to be able to build up these big bases. Everybody seems to be pretty happy about it being 4 times. Because you can get stuff done quicker, you can tame more dinosaurs, and since there is no species explants, you kind of need a lot of dinosaurs if you're going to raid a base. So given that I am going to be building like my main base, the idea is to have multiple bases across all these hills. I'm going to have one up there, I'm going to have one here, I'm going to have one over there, one on that hill, and just kind of like own this whole little valley and pretty much just store my gear in multiple different bases and just make it really hard to raid. And if they are going to raid everything, then go right ahead. I'll try to defend my base as much as possible on Purge Day, but defending is so kind of random when it comes to the catapult thing. I guess the only way to really get rid of somebody's catapult is to attack it with some sort of dinosaur. I haven't really tested yet to see if a catapult can be destroyed by a dinosaur, but I guess if you just kill someone enough, they might just back off, and then you'll be able to just take over their catapult and use it against them. I'm not really sure. You'd have to figure it out. Did I just see some Cheeto dust over there? I think we're good. This guy can pretty much take out, like, a Carno, no problem. Probably be able to take out D-Rex, no problem. So the idea for this base is to have a lot of windows, just as many as we possibly can get. We're going to be going through a layered system, and we're going to try to make this as big as possible up here. So we're going to start on the highest point in the center. Actually, the highest point, yeah, in the center. And then work our way out to the sides. It's not going to be like a huge wide base. As you can tell, we can easily do ceilings with a pillar just to support the ceiling, which is probably something we're going to have to do. I didn't craft any pillars personally, but we can do that in the future. We're going to be doing a layered system, similar to what you'd see in Rust, where people just layer extra walls because it just takes more materials in order for someone to actually blow through. Looks like we're going to have to do a ceiling there. We're going to have to do ceilings, like a lot of ceilings all around this base. But again, this is just going to be like the first of many in the area. So we're going to need a ceiling here. I can just do ceilings now and put the pillars later. The pillars aren't really necessary anyway. So that's fine. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's go ahead and place that right here. Place these right here. Place these right here. And then place these right... Okay, so we can't get one on that corner. That's where we're going to need a pillar. Also don't have any doorways or door frames. Just things that I didn't craft yet, but I'll just leave a spot open and I'll do it off camera. It's not really an issue. And we need 2 more ceilings. And then we have our bottom layer done. Bottom layer is just going to be flat out walls. I'm also not going to show all the building. I'll probably like cut back in a little while. After pretty much right now, I'm going to cut back in a little while. I'm going to build a little bit more of this. I don't want to show every bit and piece of my base now that raiding is kind of like based on where the loot room is, and then people have to figure that out and then blow in that way. So I will return. I'm going to have the pillar corners all set up. Why did that one work? And this one, that's so weird. Sometimes this game amazes me. Oh, because there's no foundation there. That's why. So these ones actually might work. Yeah, okay. Boom. So I'm going to return once we have some of this built up, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, guys, welcome back. So I'm in the process of figuring out how I want to do the second floor, so I thought I'd cut back and just show it. Oh, Carno down there. I think we're going to have to take that out. Captain Price, we're moving out. So you can kind of see how I layered this system a little bit. I do obviously going to put wood spikes on the outside as well. I'm not going to, like, not do that. That's a terrible idea to not. Spike walls are just going to make everything a little bit easier to be honest. On the next ones, I didn't really build on pillars, obviously. Like, you can take out the pillars and it's not going to collapse the ceilings at all. So, that being said, we're going to throw this in here so we can hop on Crafting Price and be normal speed to go take out this Carno real quick. Seriously running from some compies? That's funny. Hello, Carno. You can't outrun me. Easy peasy. Where are you at, compies? I think the compies all drown or something. No, there they are. Got them. Awesome. My monkey is dope. So I didn't tame this monkey on camera, mainly, one, because it is the most boring tame, in my honest opinion, in the entire game. And also, it's 4 times, so it really didn't take as long as, like, the normal, obviously. We're going to grab some ramps real quick. For dinosaur storage, we're pretty much just going to keep them on the boats until we do have, like, some kind of system for storing them safely. So the plan is, I think I'm going to need a wall just to make this kind of, like, snap to it. Sorry about that. I really don't know where it stopped recording. I ran out of hard drive space. It happens more than it really should for me. I just forget, and then I realize that it's not recording anymore. So I'm just going to go over what I did real quick, just because I don't know what you guys saw. And I'm not about to check because I have to, like, process the footage. So we just built this, kind of like this T-roof kind of thing going on. That way we can get up and down without actually disturbing this outer edge of where there's going to be windows. And that's literally all we did. It looks ugly, but it's more of a functionality thing on this server right now, more than it is like an actual fancy little build. I mean, they can get fancy later, and there's going to be a lot of different bases across all the different mountains in the area, so it could get fancy later. We'll see. So now the plan is to just, whoops, is to just window up and then get all of these things going. That way we can shoot out of these windows. I didn't know if I was going to do a ceiling here. I probably just should. It makes sense to do one there. Eat some foods. I think I'm going to delete this wall up here. Since we're going to put a ceiling there, we might as well just have a window there in case somebody comes up to the front door, comes knocking. Grab that. And we need 1 ceiling, not 45. Just one. Just one. We'll take 2. That's fine. We're overweight. Let's actually drop off the stuff from breaking. There we go. And then these. Awesome. Now we can move full speed. Put a last ceiling right there. So it's going to feel a little bit claustrophobic in these bases, mainly because, again, you just want to layer. Layer, layer, layer. If you guys have ever seen Rust and see all these people that do the honeycombing, that's pretty much what we have to do in order to get this base as safe as possible. So now what I'm going to do is ceiling all this off. I'm going to have a more open floor on the next floor, which is all going to be doors for defense. I want doors that we can hop out of, 1. And 2, it gives you a little bit more range of motion. Let's give these back. Let's grab a whole lot of those. Start placing them. Oh, I didn't put the window above the door yet. That's fine. We'll do that later. So we got a whole bunch of these on now. In times of war, we'll just open all of them. It's a terrible idea to close all of them during a time of war, because then people will actually see which ones you're sniping from, because they'll be open. So during Purge Day, we'll come around, we'll open all of these. Nice and easy. We have so much range of view in this location, and that's why one of the biggest reasons why I chose this location was just the range of view. Just being able to see absolutely everything. And then we grab this window. Just 1. Or 3. 3 works too. There we are. And boop. And boop. So there we go. That's the first layer. The first layering system. And then we're going to ceiling all the way around, and we're going to get this nice and open for the second floor. So I'm going to return when that's nice and open, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, so the idea for this floor, I reworked the inside, first of all. I didn't like how that worked, and I was like, why is this so complicated when I could just have one going here and one going here? And this floor is going to be nice and open. It's going to be mainly for just even more range of shooting. Again, we're going to be pretty much just gunning from this building if we need to defend it. I don't think I'm really going to be storing anything in this base until I, like, have my defenses down to a T. I obviously am still going to need some spike walls, which are going to be pretty important in anybody's build. Spike walls are just going to be just another layer of shit that people have to go through. I mean, you could do metal spikes as well. I think we're going to... I don't think we can allow metal spikes. No, that doesn't make sense. Because you can't destroy metal spikes with catapults. So metal spikes are also a no-go. So just wood spikes. I wish there were stone spikes, but that really wouldn't make sense. Honestly, how do you make stone spikes? Somebody will tell me in the comments, I know. Whoops, I don't know why that placed there. So these are nice, some nice doors. And those will be doors to shoot from. These ones will not be open all the time. These ones will open when you need to shoot. Again, just more kind of lower range. If you come to this, you kind of like, you're a little bit more blinded, but you're obviously safer. But if you come up to like one of these and you open one of these doors, you kind of have that full range of motion. Obviously, you're a little bit more exposed, but with that farther range of like being able to see what's going on is going to be pretty important. So we're going to get some doors down on these, some ceilings down on the entire roof. And it should be pretty sweet. The base is coming along pretty quickly. There's still a little bit more crafting and building that I need to do. My monkey's actually on a 4x. My monkey's pretty damn good at getting thatch and wood, which is pretty funny, and all the berries that I could ever want. So if I want to tame some herbivores, which I do want to tame like some dodos and throw them in my base just as kind of like decoys. So that way, if a dodo dies, then I know that something's up. And I'll name the dodo based on which base it is. So if a dodo dies and it says base 1, then I know which base is being attacked. So that's the plan, at least. We'll see if I actually follow through with said plan. I'm a busy man. In case you guys don't follow me on Twitter or anything, I bought like a house like a week ago. In case you were wondering, I didn't need door frames. I needed ceilings. I bought a house about a week ago. Obviously, we're still going through like the processing with the bank and everything like that. And I will be moving in there at the end of May. I will be moved in June 1st because that's the closing date. But I will be like in the process of driving back home to Massachusetts from Florida with my car and obviously all my stuff at the end of May. So I've been on and off the phone with realtors and banks and all these different people, just literally every hour, like on the hour for the past week, and obviously doing all the inspections and the appraisal and like all this crazy stuff. They found mold in the attic, so they had to like make sure they removed the mold and made sure that there was no leak there causing the mold. There's just been like a whole bunch of stuff, a whole lot of phone calls. So we're pretty much almost done with base 1. Again, this is kind of like the forward operating base. I don't think we're really going to store stuff here. This is mainly going to be like a defensive base. I don't think I know what I want to do. I don't even know if I want to put doors on those necessarily. I think I kind of want to leave it. But yeah, I'm jumping all over the place. This is how my brain works. My brain is like, hey, let's talk about one thing, and then you think about another, and then you focus on that, and then you forget about what you're talking about. I guess we can end this episode. I don't know how long it was. That's why I'm a little curious. It could be a shorter one. I apologize. But we did build this little beauty. This is number 1 forward operating base. We're going to have a primary base. I think the primary base is going to be in a better location. Honestly, pretty dope. This isn't too shabby. Not too shabby of a forward operating base. The main reason of this base is just this range of view, being able to see everything that comes from there, everything that comes from over here, everything that comes from over here. This will probably be like a spawn base with like a bunch of gear inside. You can see everything over there. You can see everything over here. The plan is to put another one of these over there. Also, another plan is to put a boat dock house down there for any warships that I decide to build. I'm going to have multiple of these things. There's not just going to be one. Hell no. There's going to be multiple. And then we're going to have one over there, one over there, one on those hills over there, one on these hills, and then that plateau up there is probably the #1 spot. I already have foundations up there blocking the building because I want it. But yeah, it should be pretty dope. Thank you guys for stopping by today's episode. I appreciate all the support that you're giving on all the series that I have been posting. I've been posting like 5 to 6 different games, so like it's hard for me to just crank out Ark episodes every day because then I'd have way too much backlog. But you guys are going to still see Ark 5 days a week or so. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.